Hello everyone, this is going to be a last quarter moon in Gemini collective reading where we're going to look at what's coming up with this last quarter moon. If you're not familiar with last quarter moons, they are the midway point from the last full moon to the next new moon. So the last full moon was in Aquarius, this last quarter moon is in Gemini, and we are going to have a new moon in Virgo in about a week. So last quarter moons can bring up some intense feelings if you are fighting some shifts that were coming up during the full moon, and this is just a time of releasing, shedding, decluttering. You gotta think like the moon is decreasing in light, so our energy may be decreasing a bit. We may be getting more reflective, going a little more internal, just being gentle with ourselves and allowing these shifts to come up and allowing these insights to come through. So yeah, we're gonna look at what is coming up with this last quarter moon in Gemini. If you didn't see the Aquarius full moon reading I did, some of the themes that came up then was releasing control, having hope, going on your unique path, practicing discernment, slowing down, listening to your intuition, and walking your truth. So the Aquarius full moon seemed like it brought up a lot of shifts, especially around jobs and relationships and just generally figuring out where you are going in life. I feel like it brought up some confusion and some haziness around what steps we are taking to move forward, what we are doing, and maybe even kind of stirring up some self-doubt, which is why I think have hope was a big theme. The star card came out. So we need to kind of have a little bit of blind faith moving forward with, you know, what we are trying to do. So let's see what this last quarter moon has to add to that story before we get to the Virgo new moon coming up. So what is coming up with this last quarter moon in Gemini? Adaptability was something I was already hearing and thinking, because Gemini is a mutable sign, and unlike the previous full moon and the first quarter and the new moon, they were all in fixed signs. So mindset shifts may be getting a little bit easier now, but still a little bit hard since we had all that fixed energy, kind of holding on to the way things have been. So 222 on the clock there. All right, what is coming up with this Gemini last quarter moon? Yeah, all right, we have the Strength card, and that did come up during the Aquarius full moon reading. So strength is a big theme right now. Like I said, we're really having these big shifts going on, possibly new jobs, possibly promotions, and just changes to your workplace or your relationships, dynamics. Things are shifting in ways that you weren't really expecting. Like, I feel like you were feeling like things were going to change, but you didn't know how it was going to manifest. And those changes finally came through or started to come through. You heard about them. You got an idea of where they're going. And now you are at the point where you are trying to navigate this. You're trying to decide if you're staying with this job, this relationship, or whatever it is for your personal situation, and figuring out how you can make this work, especially in tune with your own goals. So maybe, you know, if this is a job for you, the job shifted and it's not what you wanted to be doing, you may be reviewing your commitment to this job, your commitment to this workplace. And the Strength card is just signaling to me that this did stir up a lot of feelings, especially around lack, and imposter syndrome was a big theme. And figuring out, yeah, all right, we have the Seven of Swords here. Figuring out your discernment, making sure that the plans and the people you are working with, that their intentions are pure and that they are not, you know, trying to get one over on you. There was a lot of confusion energy with this last moon. And part of it, I feel like, isn't actually intentional, like on someone else's part. I feel like part of it is Mercury retrograde is still going. It is almost over. And there's a lot of miscommunication, and there's just a lot of different motives at play here. So I don't want to say, you know, to be cautious in an anxious way, but be aware of what is going on around you. Using discernment is definitely important right now. Be aware of, I think the way I framed it in the other one was like the systems at play around you. So if you are getting into a new job or just a new group in general, be aware of the social dynamics that are already in place in those groups so that you are not getting yourself into something that is not aligned with you. What else can we say about this Gemini last quarter moon energy? What else can we say? But yeah, imposter syndrome is going to be a big feeling coming up, I believe, where we're going to have to navigate the feelings that we don't know what we're doing and that we're embarrassing ourselves or we're afraid of failure. It's okay to be a beginner. It's okay to be new at something. It's okay to not know everything about how to do what it is you're trying to do. Yeah, all right, we got the Six of Swords reversed here. Those are definitely some limiting beliefs that are going to need to be let go of. We got the Nine of Wands down here. Definitely some anxiety and paranoia and worries that are going to need to be worked through. I feel like, what is this? Mercury in Aquarius, Moon in Sagittarius. All right, so I feel like you're going to need to open your mind to new people to work with. And I feel like this is going to be difficult for you because of that imposter syndrome that we were talking about and that Seven of Swords that keeps coming up. I feel like this is more of your anxiety manifesting as worries. Not that necessarily anyone's out to get you. People can have mixed motives and whatnot, but your anxiety may be playing it up and you may be taking it a lot more personal. Like these swords, it may be really stirring up old beliefs you have, and we're going to need to work through that so we can move forward. And boundaries are definitely important, and we have that Star card here. We need to have hope that this is all working out for us, that we're going to figure it out. Even if things seem confusing right now, they are going to come together. And yeah, back to the boundaries. Boundaries are important, but time to re-examine how rigid are your boundaries. Are you blocking off any opportunities to, meet new people, make new friends, find a new job, make a new relationship? I know part of the reading in the Aquarius full moon was people that have been trying to manifest a new relationship romantically, even friend-wise. Part of the thing was to review, where are you even at in that situation? If a new relationship approached you right now, if you had the opportunity to go on some dates or something like that, would you actually be emotionally open to it at this time? Like, where is your emotional capacity? Would you be able to maintain that relationship? Like, where are you at is basically the question. It's just figuring out where you're at, what you need to work on and communicate. Communication is difficult since Mercury is still retrograde, but it's about to end. And so we are working on cleaning up how we communicate and cleaning up those miscommunications. And we got this Three of Swords that keeps coming back, like in every reading I do. There is definitely hurt feelings, past traumas, past breakups, and just grief that is clouding your outlook for the future. I really feel like this is just stirring up this negative mindset of like things can't go right because this went wrong. And we need to work through that mindset. We need to work through releasing that mindset and opening the door back up for that Star card, that hope, that faith that things are going to come together. If things aren't moving right now, that's okay. They're not going to be stuck in this slow area forever. We need to kind of be a little grateful for the slow period. I don't want to say that to, invalidate your feelings. It's okay to feel like you want things to move more, but also being grateful that you have this time to reflect, this time to adjust, and yeah, working on that faith that things are going to come together. If things have been a little rocky, it's okay. We need to let those feelings come through. We can't just shut them out. We got to have the strength to face them, the strength to feel them. What else can we say for this Gemini last quarter moon? So we're really cleaning up that mindset. We're really cleaning up these feelings, especially resistance to this new beginning. Like, I feel like there's this push-pull feeling. It's like you're really feeling pulled to start this new journey, this new relationship, this new job, this new creative process. There's been a lot of creative energy, but you're really holding yourself back. And part of that is that imposter syndrome. And just part of that is that past traumas, past situations that hurt your feelings, that, have you thinking you're not able to do it. Ace of Swords reversed. Yes, you need to clear your mindset. You need to let these new beliefs make their way in. Practice makes perfect. You can't form a new belief set without practicing it. And practicing it to replace the old mindset. It's going to take time, which is another thing that was coming up was we had a lot of pentacles, like the Knight of Pentacles and whatnot, Seven of Pentacles. So keep going, keep growing. Slow work will pay off. That's why I mean, like, things are slowing down, but that's okay. You can take the time to slow down and rest. Let these things integrate. Allow yourself to work through what is coming up, and you will have an easier time. The more that you resist it, the harder time it will be. Yeah, all right, Seven of Wands reversed. There's going to be some pushback, and a lot of it might be from your own self. But we got this Page of Pentacles down here. Once you stop getting stuck in this loop of resistance, in this loop of holding yourself back, this loop of feeling like you need to defend yourself constantly, the people that don't understand what you're trying to do, you don't have to change their mind. You don't have to convince people that what you're doing is right, what you're doing is good, you know, whatever it is. You don't have to convince other people. This is your journey. This is your path. This is your situation. Whatever they say is their business. They aren't you. You aren't them. And in some cases, you might need to tell some people to shut up. But overall, don't feel like you need to get on the defensive, because there is nothing to defend. This is your life. This is, you know, even if you were making a mistake, that's okay. Like, we learn from mistakes. But this Page of Pentacles is telling me this new offer is coming in. And this Fool reversed is telling me you're gonna turn away from it initially, or at least internally. I feel like there's going to be a sense of turning away from it. So I think we are continuing this battle of our mindsets and believing that we are capable of our goals, whatever they may be, even if they aren't job, relationship tied. I can only say so many things at once. But if you have a creative goal, a personal goal, a health goal, we need to have some faith and some hope that what we are doing is going to play out, and overall just working on that mindset. But that comes with facing the feelings that are coming up, facing the beliefs that are coming up, and really getting deep and asking ourselves, like, why am I thinking this way? Why do I believe this? And trying to get to the root of that. So before we end this, I want to get you guys an affirmation or a few. Oh, there we go. I need not look further than myself. All that I seek resides within me. So you already have the answers. You already have, you know, your intuition has been calling to you, and it's just waiting for you to answer. It's just waiting for you to listen. It's just waiting for you to pick up the call and to move towards it, and to have faith that you know yourself best, and that you don't have to look for all this external validation. What else can we add to this? I honor the beauty of stillness. Yes, it's okay that we're in a still period. It's okay that we're in a slow period. It's okay that we're not making all those leaps forward right now. There is beauty in this stillness. There is a lot of information in this stillness, you know, thinking about all the retrogrades we have going on, and the Mercury retrograde on top of it. Gemini is Mercury rolled. The Virgo new moon coming up is Mercury rolled. We have a lot going on in our mind, in our subconscious, with all the Pisces retrogrades. It's time to start listening to that and see what it's telling us, and to start sorting through it, knowing that that doesn't happen overnight. That takes work and time and dedication and strength, courage, and to have that gentle hand with yourself, knowing that, you know, the way you are, like the way you're thinking right now is not cemented into you. You can change it. We can change our brains. We can change our beliefs. We can change a lot of things. So anything else? Whoa. All right. You know what? These two kind of came out. So I am unlearning lack and scarcity. Abundance is a frequency I vibe on. Yeah. You know, all that I need flows to me with ease. All right. It's going to work out, especially if you've been worrying about money, which I feel is definitely a collective thing, and not to negate the collective stress of money right now, but having that faith that things are going to work out, and having that faith that you will figure it out, you will navigate it. There is a lot in life to go around, and what you need will flow to me, will flow to you, as long as you stop fighting these nudges that you've been hearing and staying aligned with your integrity. The integrity card was coming out a lot from my other deck with every single reading I've been doing. Like, do you know what you value? Do you know what you believe in, you know, morally and whatnot? How aligned are you with your integrity? How aligned are your relationships with your integrity? And the more we can get those things in alignment, the more things will flow easier. And yeah, we are unlearning lack and scarcity. Lack and scarcity can also apply to that imposter syndrome I was talking about. So feeling like you lack the talent, the skills, the courage, the ability to do what you're trying to do. It's time to put those thoughts to rest. It's time to know that you are unique, that you have your own talents, that you can also learn more. Just because you may not be the most talented and most successful in this area right now does not mean you can't get there. You need to have that faith that things will build, and that, you know, all that it'll flow to you, and there is beauty in the stillness. All of these, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Maybe not in the way you expect, because, you know, we had that Aquarius energy and all of the shifts and changes, but it's going to work out for your benefit, even if it doesn't look exactly the way you want it to. Be open and receptive to things working out even better than you wanted, even better than you expected, and they will. And I believe that. Yeah, I value myself in the highest regard, and it shows. Overall, you know, come back to yourself. Come back to knowing that you got this, that you have the strength, that you have the skills. You don't need to defend yourself to everyone. You don't even need to defend yourself to yourself. You know, when you have those thoughts come up that are fighting you, like, why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? And it's like, okay, self, like, what are we getting by arguing with ourselves? Be open to adapting your mindset, and just knowing, you know, it's a journey. It takes time to let these things really sink in. So don't be discouraged if, you know, you spent a few days affirming things, and then, like, on the 5th day, those thoughts came back up. That's part of the journey, is continuing to learn how to address those things as they come up. So that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you at the Virgo new moon reading in about a week. And just a little PSA, I do have tarot bookings on my website if you wanted a personal reading. I also have a bunch of art and creations like these zodiac notebooks, which you can now choose your own colors for if you would like to do that. And yeah, so I will see you guys in a week. I hope you have an easy, enlightening last quarter moon in Gemini.